Thank you for coming to the auction today. I'm Todd Bosley. I'm the president of Bosley Auctions. And today we're proud to represent Coldwell Banker here while we sell the property at 378 Walhonding Street Northeast, Brewster, Ohio, 44613. If you are looking for property, check out, we have a couple different websites. Coldwell Banker, my auction with my name, our auction site, and you can also check out bosleyauctions.com. We do a variety of different channels and contents, always something new on there. There's some things I'm going to read to you. This is going to take a little bit of time, but I want to make sure that we get this all straight. And as I go through, if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand, and would like to get those cleared up before you place the bid. So I'll begin. Today, we're going to start with the bidder's packet information. And just one more time, does anybody need a bidder's packet that does not have one? Okay, I don't see anybody's hands, so it looks like we're good. Okay, so we are going to be dealing today with two parcels, and I want to explain this because this is a little bit complicated. That house there is one parcel. This house here is one parcel, but it is sold as one property. Currently, today as we stand, the city of Brewster will not allow the two parcels to be split. They have to be sold as one. So when you're buying, you're placing one bid for two parcels. Just want to make sure we're completely clear on that. If you go through your bidder's packet, you're going to see there's an agency disclosure statement. It'll tell you all about us and what we do, and it'll explain the agency part. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer those for you. The next page is going to deal with dual agency. It'll explain it. Ohio law permits a real estate agent and brokerage to represent both the seller and the buyer in a real estate transaction as long as this is disclosed to both parties and they both agree. This is known as dual agency. So you can read about that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask those. Now I'm going to get to the part that takes a little bit of time. These are the real estate auction rules. These are the rules that we're playing by today, and if there are questions, we do need to know about those if you haven't. Let's start. Today is Tuesday, 7/23/24. It's approximately 5:30 p.m., just a little bit later, and we are at the address of 378 Walhonding Street Northeast, Brewster, Ohio, 44613. This property is being sold in its present condition with no warranties whatsoever except title, which is to be clear and marketable. It is being sold as is, where is, in its present condition. All inspections of property shall be done prior to bidding. Each bidder is relying on his or her own inspection of the real estate for its physical conditions, character, suitability of the purchaser's intended use, and not relying upon any representation of Coldwell Banker, Schmidt Realty, or its employees, agents, representatives, or staff. The real estate is presented as depicted in highlighted County of Stark Auditor's Office information provided in the bidder packets. And we are again dealing with two parcels here, 700524 and 700523. This is a confirmation auction, which means that the seller or Coldwell Banker Schmidt Realty seller's agent reserves the right to establish a stated minimum bid, the right to reject or accept any and all bids, the right to withdraw the real estate at any time prior to completion of the auction by the auctioneer. Once the highest bid is received today, it will be presented to the seller, and they will, number one, accept the bid, the property is sold. Number two, reject the bid and the property does not sell. Or three, make a counteroffer and private price negotiations begin. The owner is motivated to sell. Successful bidders will be required to sign a purchase offer along with the application, agency disclosure, and the auction rules as provided in the bidder's packet, and to make a non-refundable deposit of 10% on the final auction day sale contract price. There will be a 10% buyer's premium added to the final price to make the final contract sales price. Successful bidder will be required to send the wire transfer of 10% non-refundable deposit to Coldwell Banker no later than basically tomorrow. Our rules say immediately. We really do prefer a check. That makes it easier. But in the rules, it does give you until Tuesday of 7/23/24, which is obviously today. But we need to get that arranged right away. The remaining balance is to be paid within 45 days of the sale date. So that would give you until September 6th of 2024. If you're paying cash, we can really get this done in probably 10 to 14 days. If you need financing, typically that can get done in about 28 days or so. But make sure you have everything lined up and that you know that if you're bidding today, that you are able to come up with the money. Okay, let's see here. So again, September 26th or September 6th of 2024 at the latest or sooner if the buyer and seller agree. This sale is not subject to buyer obtaining financing. Any contingencies, inspections, or other reason except noted herein, if the buyer fails to perform within the time limitations specified, the non-refundable deposit of 10% will be forfeited as liquidated damages. All potential buyers who become bidders at this auction have received copies of the rules, had them orally presented to them on auction day, and by placing their bids agree to be bound by these rules. These rules serve as an addendum to the offer to the buy-sell agreement. Coldwell Banker Schmidt Realty represents the seller and not the buyer. Closing and all associated title work shall be completed by Woodland Chicago Title of 3560 West Market Street, Suite number 105, Fairlawn, Ohio 44333. I would also like to add to these rules, it is not written here, but if there is any chattels left over, that's any contents, anything that's here, it belongs to you when you take possession. So if the owner does not remove it, it becomes your property. So I want to be clear on that. There probably won't be anything here. And with that said, both of the people who currently live here are willing to continue living here. There is not any current leases on the property. So I want to be clear about that. But both of the folks that live here, they love the area here, and they would love to be able to stay here and live here. And if that could be worked out, I think that would be really awesome for everybody. Okay, next we're going to roll to the residential property disclosure form. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. It kind of speaks for itself. You can see as you go through the pages, there's really nothing that's being identified. I've looked at the property myself, and I would pretty much agree with this property assessment. I don't see any major issues here. But once again, use your own judgment. You are relying on yourself or your inspections that you may have done for that. We're going to go to the next page. This is the residential property disclosure form. This discusses radon gas, lead, toxic mold, asbestos, all those fun things, formaldehyde. And there are different links here that you can take a look at. If you're not familiar with any of that, basically tells you what it looks like, what it is, where to find it. That is standard in all of our bidder packets. Going to move on now to the disclosure of the information on lead-based paint. The seller has no knowledge of lead-based paint, and the seller has no reports or records pertaining to lead-based paint. So just so you know that, and we did on our table in there in the display, we did have our lead disclosure. So if you didn't get to take a look at that, you can. It's right in there. Now I'm going to talk, we're kind of through the packet for the most part. I'm going to talk a little bit about the property, and then we're going to get this auction started. So just to be clear, we've got 100 feet of we've got 100 feet that runs this way, and then each of these lots is 42.5 feet wide. So we've got approximately 42.5 here and 42.5 there. Just so you know the lot size, that is in the back of the packet. Okay, so now we'll move along here. We did have one discrepancy in the bidder's packet that I wanted to clear up, and that was about the actual taxes. So for the house here, right here, we're talking about per half $438.98 a half, and for the house right here, the smaller house, we're talking about $198.43 per half. That's where we currently stand. Now, when you buy it, that could change depending on the valuation, but we do know that in general, taxes are fairly low. In Brewster, we know that Brewster is a good place to live. We know there's a lot of good things going on here. I would like to talk a little bit about Pete Baum. Pete, if you haven't met him, where is he at? He's right there. That's Pete Baum. So this is the guy that put this complex together. And I want to tell you, when he was telling me all of the improvements that he made, I really couldn't hardly believe it. But I'm going to take the time to read it to you so you know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to start first with 376. So that's the house right here, 376. There's 300 amp electric service in it. There are separate utilities from the house. That's what's really nice about this. Each house has separate utilities. So if you have two tenants, you could have separate utilities. You don't have to worry about it. The house does have central air, and it was custom built by the owner. The garage is climate controlled, heat and cooled. There's hot and cold running water. About 7 years ago or so, he had new sewer pipes installed to the street. So you're pretty much ready to go. The outer walls have double insulation and a vapor barrier, and all inner walls are insulated. What's nice about inner walls being insulated is that you don't hear everything. So especially when you're in a smaller house, it makes it better. All the doors are extra wide in case you would need a wheelchair. There are 2 baths in this house, a walk-in shower and a tub up. The total electric bill on a budget, Pete estimates roughly, is around $150 a month on the budget. New carpet and paint, new LED lights, new storm doors, dishwasher and kitchen, and it's an extremely quiet neighborhood. With good neighbors, by the way, which you can see are sitting right over there. All right, now we're going to talk about 378 Walhonding, which is here. This house has 4 bedrooms with a possible 5th bedroom. There are 2.5 baths. It does have 300 amp service, and again, this has new sewer and water lines from the street. It has updated plumbing. It has a gas fireplace, and the house is well insulated. It has a high energy efficient furnace. The whole house has been freshly painted, and it's an excellent income property if that's what you would choose to use it for. So we're talking about 2 houses here in Brewster. We're in a community where, as a real estate agent, I don't see a lot of properties offered, and when they are offered, they don't last very long. So we're actually in a unique situation today where we have 2, what I would say are very quality houses that we're going to put up for auction, and we're going to ask you to give us your best bid. I'm going to ask you to think about the community. I'm going to ask you to think about the unique opportunity that you have here. Rarely do you find something like this. This could make a great bed and breakfast. It could make a great place for you to live and rent out. It's nice when you have a house that you can live in and somebody can live next door and keep an eye on your house. So, this community is, in my opinion, just a really great, quiet place, and it's a place that anybody could make a home. That said, this is an awesome opportunity in the village of Brewster. There's 2 homes that can provide rental opportunities. Live in one, rent the other one, or both. The sky is the limit. The larger home offers 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, amazing living space, and ample yard on the corner lot. The smaller home has an amazing open space and a large eat-in kitchen, living room, full bath with laundry in the main room. Upstairs, you will find a large bedroom that has 2 spacious closets, a master bath, 1 car attached garage is oversized with plenty of room for storage. And the last thing I'll point out, and I'll quit talking and we'll get this auction underway, is right back here. You have 2 real nice storage sheds in the back that you can use if you haven't seen those. So when we were registering bidders, I was fortunate enough to get an opening bid. Now I could easily ask $300,000 for a property like this with no problem. I do have an opening bid. At least we have somewhere to start. So bidder 105 is offered to open the auction. It's $75,000. So I have an opening bid of $75,000. I'm looking for $100,000. I'm looking for $100,000. I have an opening bid right here at $75,000. Looking for $100,000. I have $75,000 open bid. Looking for 100. Looking for 100. We're going to go 100. Bidder 102 is at 100. I'm at 100,000. Now I'm looking for 100 and a quarter. 100,000, looking for 125. 100,000 is bid. I'm looking for 125,000. Yep. Bidder 101. He's taking me to 125,000. Now I'm looking for 150,000. I'm bid at 125,000 right here. I'm looking for 150,000. 150,000. I'm at 125 right now. I'm looking for 150. 125,000. I have 135. I have a bid for 135, and now I'm looking for 150. I bid at 135, looking for 150. 150's here. 150. Now I'm looking for 175. I bid 170 or 150 under the tree. I'm looking for 175. $150,000 is bid. I'm looking for 175. 150 is bid. Looking for 175. I'm at $150,000. I need $175,000. This property is well worth it. $175,000. I'm bid $150,000.
160.
160 now. I'm looking for 175. I'm bid 160 right here. I'm looking for 175. $160,000 is bid. Looking for one. Yes. What? Okay, we're bid.
160.
Bid 160. Looking for 175. 170. I'm bid at 170 now. I'm looking for 180. I'm bid at $170,000. I'm looking for 180,000. 170 under the tree. I'm looking for $180,000. 170 is my bid. You know you want it. This is a great place. Looking for $180,000. I bid 170. Looking for 180. $170,000 is bid under the tree. Coming to you. 170 under the tree. 180. 170 is bid. I'm looking for $180,000. 170 under the tree. Need 180. Bid 170. Need 180. It's a great opportunity. It's a great neighborhood. It's a great area. It's a great place to live, and it's a unique property. Very unique property. You get two houses for one money. I bid $170,000. I'm looking for 180. It's a deal. It's a deal. 170,000 is bid. I need $180,000. 170,000 under the tree. I need $180,000. If I don't see you behind me, just yell. I kind of have everybody all over the place. I'm bid 170 right here. I'm looking for $180,000. 170, need 180. Looking for $180,000. We're going to have a bid. 170 under the tree, looking for 180. 170 bid under the tree. I'm looking for $180,000. By opening bid, you want to come back in? Number 105, you want back in? I'm at $170,000. You want to come back in? $170,000, looking for $180. $170,000, I'm looking for $180. It's a great opportunity. 170 is bid. I'm looking for $180,000. $170,000. Joe, you got a bid for me? 170. I bid at 170. 180,000. 180,000. 105. You want back in? 170,000 bid. I'm looking for 180. $170,000 is where I'm sitting. I need 180. Give him your bid. We're ready. We're at 170, looking for 180. $170,000, looking for 180. I bid $170,000 and I need 180. This is Brewster, Ohio. This is a great neighborhood, and you can see the great neighbors over there. How's the root beer, ladies? Is it good over there? Yeah? Okay. They'll be your neighbors. I'm at 170. I need $180,000. I bid 170, looking for $180,000. The rare opportunity. The rare opportunity, you don't want to let it go. Because when I say sold, you can't get it back. I'm at $170,000 right here under the tree. I'm looking for $180,000. I bid 170, looking for 180. I'm going to have to start my countdown soon. I'm at 170,000. This is your last chance. Your last chance to jump in. Anybody back here? Okay, I'm bidding at $170,000. We're going to start at 5. When I get to 1, we're going to be done. So I'm bid $170,000. I'm looking for 180. I'm going to start the countdown at 5. I'm at 5 now. And now I'm at 4. I'm at 4. I have $170,000 bid under the tree. I'm looking for 180. I'm now at 3. $170,000 is the bid. I'm looking for $180,000. I'm now at 2. This is your last chance. I'm at 2 at $170,000. It's your chance to pop in at 180. Give me a bid. $170,000 is where I'm sitting right now. Okay, folks, that's it. $170,000 under the tree. I'm going to put the auction in recess, and we'll be back with you. Thank you.
Hey folks, it's Todd Bosley from Coldwell Banker. I'm just getting back from the auction tonight that you saw. We were able to sell it for $187,000. That was a great price for the property. Both the buyer and seller were extremely happy with the price. It was a win-win. When you're considering selling your property, definitely consider the auction process. The auction process allows you, if done properly, to set a price that's fair and negotiable. That can become a win-win for both the buyer and the seller. Absolute auctions, folks, are very dangerous, and you might lose. Nobody wants to lose. Give me a call if you're thinking about selling. Listen to my pitch, and let me tell you and show you how many properties I've sold and how many people I've made happy. I'm Todd Bosley with Coldwell Banker. I'm the lead auctioneer for all of the brokerages in Northeast Ohio. My phone number is 330-323-9775. Let me show you how I protect sellers and put deals together. Thanks for watching, folks.